at Jimmy John's, there was this lady who was taking orders who was probably, I'd give about 70 years old. So she's like, what could I get? And I order right away. She didn't say anything for like 30 seconds.
Oh, no.
It was just quiet. She's like, okay. It was Jimmy John's. It's supposed to be quick, you know? And I was in line for maybe 15 minutes. It was so slow. She took my card for like 3 minutes. I didn't know what was going on.
Old people shouldn't have jobs. I don't care how much you
It makes me
get.
sad. She clearly needs it working at Jimmy John's. And she knows she's not doing a good job.
Yeah, that's the worst when it's just like, it's someone who, it's not even something where it's like, oh, maybe they don't know. It's like, oh, they clearly know they're like not good at this, but they're doing their best and they're still horrible. It's like, oh god. Yeah, those I was talking to my grandma about like, because my grandpa was he had like a teacher's pension, and they were like, okay, we can either pay it to you right now and give you like a little less, or once you die, we'll give it to your spouse and like she'll get a lot more. My grandpa was like had cancer and had like 3 years left to live, and he's like, give it to her. Swing that over that way. And so he just did that, and so she now has like this crazy teacher's pension that she lives on. And so she's just able to like coast off that, and I'm like, hell yeah, that's how old people should be.
Yeah,
old people should have worked really hard for a while. She had she also had a job that was at like the electrical company, so she has a good one there. And then she gets like Social Security on top of that. So it's one of those things where it's like she worked for a while, loving her job, and then she was able to quit at like 60. And then she was like, and I'm done after that. And then she was able to live a very comfortable life after that. She's just kind of lonely now, which kind of sucks. But other than that, it's one of those things where old people, the optimal old people route is just living like that. And speaking of old people, welcome to the Brown Bricks podcast. The most amount of fun you can have while listening to a podcast. Fuck, I fucked it up.
Do it again.
This is my one job to fill in for Phineas.
I know. Phineas is on a vacay.
Hey, I'm Phineas.
Oh, hey Phineas, you're back.
Welcome to the Brown Bricks podcast. Most amount of fun you can have while listening to a podcast.
That's good. That's good. That's what Phineas says, and you're Phineas.
All right, Phineas, I'm going to hang up now.
Oh, okay.
Boop, boop, boop.
Oh no, he just left. He left out the door.
But he was on the phone though.
He was on the phone too.
Good gag, guys. Keep it going.
Oh yeah, no, just keep. I'm tired.
How about we read some of the Burger King ads?
No, we can't resort to that yet. We're like a minute in.
Should we open up Phineas's insurance statements?
Yeah, we should.
Why are we starting for content already? We haven't said anything.
I know, we're just mining for, we're just out.
How about old people working, huh? What's with this ageism? What you gonna do, make sandwiches? You'd be much slower doing
Honestly,
that. Yeah, exactly.
They should make old people dig graves.
Their own graves.
That'd put things into perspective.
Old people are so obsessed with their gravestones, they should have to dig them as well.
It doesn't require any manual effort to run a backhoe, so just
That's true. I was thinking more just like we bury you in the grave you built. So if you're like an old man who got like started on it late, you're like, oh, I can't do this. Like, look, we're just gonna
2-foot grave.
We're just kind of like gonna set you on the top of the ground and put some sod over you. That'd be pretty cool.
And they furnish their own grave hole. They have to live in there while they dig it.
Oh yeah.
And eventually they die and they just cover it up.
Yeah.
Anybody want any of this stuff in there?
It would probably be like better, like doing that would be better for like the soil and like the water,
100%.
Because then they just like naturally
putting preservatives into people when they die. Only closed casket funerals. If you wanted to look at them before they died, you should have loved them.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to look. That is one of the weirdest things. Going to a funeral and seeing like the person, like kind of, but like clearly being like taxonomized. There's not like really a sense of life that they have.
Sometimes they
there.
look healthier than they did their last 3 years.
Yeah, you're like, oh, this is weird.
Yeah.
Like
all waxy.
I don't know. Would you want to be like a mortician who would like beautify their people?
I'm gonna force
where they have to like staple their eyes shut and like all that wacky shit.
You just get one of those wall staplers.
They do apparently have to like put like things on the inside of their eyes
keep
to like
from flipping open.
That'd be badass. If I was a mortician person, I'd be like, if there's a chance these things flip open, I'm keeping them unstapled because I just want like some kid to be looking at them and then just
Billy.
like ah.
Yeah. I don't know, like, the kind of person who has to do that kind of job, what kind of mindset you gotta have for that?
I don't know.
You really need money. And then you realize it's really good money.
Yeah,
Really
morticians make
alright.
fucking bank. I remember I took like something that was like your healthcare profession, what you should go into. I took like a quiz on that, and I got like a bunch of ones that made sense. But like one of my top ones was like mortician or like mortuary like
assistant,
yeah, or like person who like runs the like medical side of mortuaries, which. You don't need to be very precise, which is nice. there can be a lot of mistakes
made.
Room
for error there.
But it's one of those things I looked at it, and I remember asking Wyatt's mom. I was like, do you think that's like a good fit? And she's like, what? No. No, that's like the worst. If you like want to interact with people, that's like the least amount of people you can interact with. And most people, you just kind of like... because I remember I like shadowed one, and it's something where it's like after a while you just kind of get like numb to the whole process. You're like dead person, and I was like, do you ever have like that spark of life where you're like, fuck, this is kind of like this is very sad? And he's like, yeah, when we have to like do kids. Like when you like bring in a child and you're just like, oh well, because like when they're like old and stuff, you kind of just get used to it. It's like cycle of life. But when you see like an actual child who they're like, beautify my child, it's like, fuck. Oh god,
I gotta touch this little child for a while.
Child, you definitely want those staples in the eyes so they don't flip open. That one like there's a like viral video of that one like church where the one child is like, oh, it's actually alive. Like they started to bury it, and then they're like, oh, it's actually alive. And they put it on life support, and it died like 3 days later. So then they just had to do the whole charade again because they were like about to put it in the ground, and then they were like, oh, she's still alive.
They're just brain dead.
Yeah, and almost about to die.
My dad knew this priest growing up. I think I've told you this story, but like they'd sit with bodies overnight when an older priest died. And this priest had died sitting up, this old dude, and rigor mortis had set in, but they had to flatten him out in the casket, and he was sitting with him in like the middle of the night reading or praying or whatever, and the old dude just sat up.
He's like praying, and then he just like starts praying even more. And he's like, I'm sorry, I didn't go to church this morning.
What about a funeral service where we can puppet bodies for the family?
Oh, Weekend at Bernie's style?
Like, come give them a last hug, and we got a bunch of ropes and strings.
I think, well, because you couldn't do it with the strings, because again, rigor mortis is like a hell of a drug, so it would have to either be like very decomposing, or like
you'd break their arm.
Some type of exoskeleton.
Yeah, I was gonna say you'd have to get like a little animatronic Freddy Fazbear costume, put it in, and just like it's so expensive, but it's so worth it to give them one last hug.
So badass. I love you, little Billy.
Before they die, you have to give them in like a voice synthesizer. So you have to get them to say a bunch of stuff, and then you gotta like type out exactly what you want them to say.
Go give Grandpa a last hug, Johnny.
We love you, Johnny.
I don't want help.
His eyes are falling out.
And he like short circuits, so he starts like squeezing the child, and he's just like, no.
The workers start hitting it with hammers and stuff. No, shut.
Just fucking like
release.
It's really funny if there would just be something where it was like that happened and really shut down that industry, because it was a thriving industry before. There was a lot of people who were very excited about the prospect of
human animatronic.
Yeah, and that was what killed it, which was really unfortunate.
How sad.
My uncle, he was taking his dog in to like the vet, even though it had like already died, because he just wanted to be like, what the fuck do I do with like a dead dog or whatever? But like at that point, like rigor mortis is already set in, and so the dog's legs are like standing up, and he couldn't get them like through the door. So he just had like this dog and like a blanket covered over it, and he was trying to like hit the dog's legs down. And there were a bunch of kids in the lobby like looking at him with their dogs, and he's just like, motherfucker, like, come on, Elliot.
That's fucking good.
I was like, oh no.
That's just breaking its legs in front of all the little billies.
Just set it out front for the garbage man.
Yeah, just throw it in the trash.
Put a tarp on it.
The garbage man like picks up the trash, throws it over, and there's just a dog that comes flying out.
Or you could just stick it in the lawn with its rigor mortis hard.
That would be good.
Let it decompose while standing. I'm thinking they should have like some kind of Egyptian burial service where you get your brain pulled out through your nose, and they embalm all your organs. And then you can have, like, instead of getting, like, properly embalmed where it would be bad for the environment, you just get everything put into fucking jars and you turn it into a mummy.
That'd be kind of cool. I'd like being a mummy.
Yeah, a mummy would be pretty fucking tight.
The guy who like pulled the brain out for like ritual reasons, it's 100% because there was like a scientist who like got too deep down that rabbit hole and he was being funded by the Egyptian government. And he's like, what have you been working on? He's like, I can like pull someone's brain out of their nose, but like it's like a ritual thing. Like Ra wants us to do this, and they're like, wait, really? And he's like, yeah, look, I can do that. And they're like, well, that's kind of weird enough that I guess probably is a ritual thing, so let's do that.
Ancient Egyptian taxpayers are like, we spent so much money on this brain guy. Like, what's it for? And the government's like,
you got a stick.
It's ritual.
Yeah.
You made a curved stick, and it pulls your brain out.
They were trying to get him to, like, hear different things, ailments in the brain, and he's like, oh, we want to learn how to, like, remove tumors from the brain. They were, like, trying to do that, and he's like, well, I can't do that, but I can get the brain out with the stick through the nose.
Is a tumor?
Yeah. No, the aliens told him about the tumors.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, they came
when
down.
They told him about the pyramids. They're like, also, there's fucked up things in your brain killing you.
That'll just grow, yeah. I mean, that part's kind of fucked up. You guys won't have any infrastructure to do anything about that for years, but
yeah.
That's what's happening.
So we can tell you how to put some rocks in a fucking stack.
It's not a sun god. Just throwing that one out there. It is one of those things where, like, I guess all conspiracy theories, like, it was one thing that I saw where, like, I was walking by a, like, government building, and there was, like, this old ass, like, copper plate that had, like, the Illuminati eye on top of the pyramid, and I was like, wonder what that's about. And then I thought about it, I was like, oh, that's how literally all conspiracy theories start, is that, like, you just have one thing that's, like, slightly weird, that, like, one person probably was like, yeah, cool, like, little eye on top of, like, the little pharaoh thing, and then everyone's like, well, and then we can extrapolate that out to literally everything that's wrong with the federal government. And it's like, oh, okay. I just thought that was funny that, like, yeah, you just, because it's like you make one innocuous weird thing, and it's like, oh, you can just, like, people will run with that.
It's just creative writing prompts, really, you know? People are just seeing things, and they're like, well, what if it was actually this? And it probably is actually that, because I say so.
Or because it makes you feel special.
And it makes me feel fun, and I know better than anybody else.
It is
about the truth.
Yeah, it is the truth that there's lizard people or like Freemasons or something like that.
If the U.S. were founded in the 1980s on our dollar bills and stuff, there'd be like cool flames and guitars and schools.
Yeah.
But
that would be, and then
in
people
the
would
late
like
1700s, they're like, you guys reading about this Egypt?
Yeah.
You see this painting they brought? Look how fucking cool that pyramid is. They got all this cool stuff. Let's do one of those.
Like, the pyramids were probably, like, pretty well known as, like, wonders of the world. Mm-hmm. So it was like, yeah, and then also, like, this all-seeing eye kind of being like, yeah, the government's, like, gonna be this huge thing. We're gonna be, like, overseeing a lot of things. It kind of makes sense, but it's also something where it's like the guy probably came up with the design. They're like, we gotta go to print with this right now. We got war.
What about ancient Galians?
Galians? What are
gay
expand?
They're doing the gay agenda right now in America, bro.
They're trying to Galian us?
They're trying to make us all homosexuals so they can bring us into their empire.
That's the other reason. They're like, these guys are too fucking straight. Why? We can't let them in here. They're gonna creep out all the women. They're gonna come in.
It's such an advanced society that they can reproduce asexually,
yeah.
And so they are upset that we are still attracted to women.
Gay space is really the end goal, where there's no more women, and we have a perfect society of just dudes.
Perfect evolution of dudes being dudes.
Yeah, it's
and we there are some like small subservient female species we have out there, and we do funny little scams on them as like a part-time job.
Of course, yeah. And then they're like, then we say there's a bunch of them, and like that we're able to do those scams so much better because they're like, oh, actually, I'm a cool gay space alien, And, like, I'm actually thinking about getting into regular straight women. And then they're like, oh, really? No one else is doing that. It's like, but I also need $5 million from my CIA.
I need $5 million floor bucks.
And they're like, of course. It's like, they're actually after me because I'm not gay anymore. The aliens are trying to kill me. The alien gay Tinder swindler.
The gay alien government gives all these women money every month for all the gay aliens to come. Society is its perfect economy.
The perfect economy of these straight alien women just fucking like dying in poverty because they're giving away all their money to gay aliens.
Yeah.
And every one of them is like, I know it's a scam, or it might be a scam, but I really do think
this
he loves me.
This one's for real this time.
The gay aliens spread success stories that are fake.
It is. They're just like, oh no, this
propaganda is.
No, yeah, because remember how in the Tinder Swindler he would like hire women that he'd like previously swindled. He's like, you can make so much money with me. It's like, I'll fuck you, but you have to like actually try to help me swindle more women. And they're like, deal. Absolutely.
Does that mean you'll fuck me?
No,
I'm gay. I'm a gay alien.
What about a gay alien that dresses like a woman and comes down and is like, I made so much money with the gay alien, man.
They're like, it's kind of androgynous at this point, given our propensity to reproduce asexually, so I guess, yeah, you could be a woman. See, that's the problem. That's why they're trying to, that's why the Republicans are so against transgender people, is because they're like, then one of them could come down and convince all of the women that there is a... I'm just trying to, yeah.
You're spitballing here.
We got a lot of Burger King ads.
That's the like last ditch resort eject button. I'll cut it off halfway through the Burger King ads because
we're not getting sponsored for Burger King, so
yeah.
We can't do this.
How about Ukraine? There's a U and a K. Are we sure they're not part of the UK?
There's not a K.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck
Just
up.
a thought.
That's a good thought. You know how they say there's never any dumb questions? That's wrong.
Where do you get your ideas from, Lynn?
Where do you get your ideas from?
I've been chomping at the bit to ask you this one. I was talking to my friends about they're both one of them works as like a co-founder of a crypto startup that's pretty successful, and the other one works
name it now.
No. And then the other one works at like a payment processing startup that's pretty successful, but they're both like pretty big there, and they were talking about like their work and the value that they bring. They're talking about we were like walking down the street, and they were talking about how work is valued in measurability and like impact. So it's like high impact, high measurability jobs are things where everything that you do is like highly impactful, and if you weren't there, it would be hard to like replace you. And high measurability is something where it's like everything that you do has like a direct correspondence, like making a cupcake. It's like that cupcake would not be made. Whereas like the actual like value that you're producing with like helping out or like fixing a bug in a line of code, that's like hard to measure, but it's high impact because you're like a specialty worker. Mm-hmm. But I was like, what about the guys who like play spoons on the side of the street? And I'm like, and like one of my friends like, shut the fuck up. My other one of my friends was like, I don't know, that's pretty high. I guess that's not like huge measurability, but it's
high impact.
It's high impact for sure. And I was like, and there was some guy who was hanging outside the bars with like a free hug sign, and I was like, what about him? And I'm like, high measurability, high impact, because with high measurability, because it's like every hug that you give, that's like measurable on everybody, and it's high impact too because. It's influence, high measurability, and I was like, it's high influence because if you give them the hug, then you have a lot of power over that situation. You could just say, let's go get a hug in the back alley over there. If you give them the hug, they could just kill you. I don't know what we were pretty drunk, but that was
you guys are fucking business nerds. You guys suck.
What about cryptid currency?
I'm into that.
We've literally already talked about that before.
Oh, yeah.
We've already brought up the idea of a cryptid currency.
Oh, I might have been there for that.
Yeah, I think
I might have just had the same.
And we talked about the Sasquatch smoking DMT. on one of them, and we talked about them as NFTs.
My life is a cycle.
A cycle of cryptocurrency.
Yeah, it's been a few months and I'm just back where I was, and I don't like it.
You can break that cycle. Be the breaker of
by
chains.
being high influence?
No, you need to find a high measurability. That's your problem.
Try and measure your dick sometimes.
My dick is high measurability, asshole.
And high impact.
It's actually the amount of, unless you're, making a baby, sex is pretty hard to measure, but it's high impact for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say
it's high influence, high impact, measurability.
Have you thought about being a gigolo ever? I've considered the thought.
I've never actually
I don't know how you'd get into being a gigolo, but...
I'm pretty sure you can just go to one of their festivals and ask.
What the fuck is a gigolo festival?
Those are the ones with the clowns, right? Yeah.
That's a juggalo.
We're going to talk about juggalos.
Okay, then what is a gigolo?
A gigolo is a male prostitute.
Oh, well, I assume that's
a juggalo isn't a job.
Yeah, I was going to say. I was like, it seems pretty self-explanatory. It's how do I get into, Yu-Gi-Oh cards? It's I don't know, just go to the places people are doing that.
Nah, if I wanted to be a juggalo, I would say the N-word and wear a clown makeup.
Yeah, and then you're there. You've done it.
And then I am one. But being a gigolo...
That's a job title. Yes, I see. Naruhodo-ne.
I think it's Italian, but I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's you're a high-quality male prostitute.
Oh, so you would be the... so you wouldn't be... Women. Yeah, you're not a pimp. You're a high-quality male prostitute.
You'd fuck women that would pay for that. But you're good at it. You're, really good at it.
I assume the people who pay for prostitutes are mostly just, men. So you'd probably just be, fucking dudes most of the time.
But as a gigolo, you are, good enough where women are asking for you.
Old rich women in Atlantic City.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather fuck a dude than an old rich woman, honestly.
Really?
I don't know. I don't want to fuck either of them, really.
It depends on how much I get paid, but I think I would be okay with fucking a lot of old rich women if I'm getting paid.
I want to be a low quality gigolo.
Yeah, a budget gigolo. Yeah. You're
you give them a real rough and tumble in the hay, they were fucking
sipping on a Busch Light in all denim. Hey ladies,
you burp in their mouth when you start making out.
You make them feel like they've got a deadbeat husband, and they're looking for that experience.
Yeah, they have to come on to you, and you're like, I'm watching the game.
Yeah.
I haven't showered in 2 days, but I'll go for a roll in the hay.
Yeah, you're smelling your own dick. You're oh, that's nasty.
That's rank. Suck on that, bitch.
Yeah, you can't. I'm not getting hard unless you suck on this shit.
I think there's a market for that, to be honest.
There is a market for that? I don't know how, easily you could,
I don't know how you, wrangle your way into getting known in that kind of territory.
I'm assuming there's, websites, deep web style, that you'd probably get into. That would be but you'd probably just get murdered. Probably more than getting rich patrons to finance your sexual exploits. You'd probably just be getting.
I'm sure most of them are trained young boys from birth.
So you have to sneak in there. You're just with a bunch of 6-year-olds who are training to fuck old women real good.
I'm not training. I know how to fuck an old woman. Okay?
That's true. You go to them and say that. You're I'm fresh out of the box.
Listen. I've been training my whole life for this personally. I haven't gone through any formal career, but I think I could do this. And they're we need at least 20 years of experience.
Yeah, we're looking for 4 years of experience and preferably a degree in pure slavery.
Yeah,
I really
and at least one recommendation from another old rich woman you fucked in the past.
You've got a fucking old rich woman pro bono, and you're just listen, I'm gonna be huge, but you gotta.
I need a wreck.
Yeah, I need a wreck right now.
I like the deadbeat husband idea. Hey, you come to the door, you knock, you come on in, you're oh, she's long day at work, and you're shut up. You throw something at the wall, she's the kids are sleeping. I'm give me a fucking beer.
It's
a whole experience. It's not,
oh, dude, I love Ashley Madison, where that you come in a really suave guy, but then you have really well-to-do photos, but then you come in just act at that, and then they're just this is just fucking my husband. So,
yeah, I wish The place didn't get shut down, but it got like leaked.
Yeah, pretty much it lost all credibility overnight because like their entire server got leaked, and so it was like, oh, all of these people who were like who were seen as like good people were seen on Ashley Madison and are now like seen as scumbags to a certain extent. And Tiger Woods was on Ashley Madison a lot, apparently, and that's what that's what like blew him up, basically, and what like kind of ruined a lot of that career.
He was just swiping right on every fucking bitch.
Everyone,
I don't know how that worked.
You're fucking Tiger Woods, dude. And that was always like how they prided themselves. They always marketed themselves on like being very secret and like not super out in the open. So it was not a great
one tech bro getting cucked too many times.
Yeah.
He's
and then he's like
bringing it down.
That would be, if you just saw your wife on there like every single day, you're like, fuck this. I'm not writing any more code for this goddamn website, and you just leak everything.
Yeah.
That would be so funny if you worked for Ashley Madison, but then your wife was cheating on people with Ashley Madison. Yeah. It's like, I can fucking see it.
I know.
You're not being subtle. And it's like, I thought there was secrecy. It's like, shut up.
I'm the guy who looks at the database.
Yeah, you know this. I've been not so subtle with bringing my work home and leaving my computer open.
Yeah, I'd like to go on that website and not be cheating on anybody and just go there to fuck.
There are tons of ads on porn websites for hot women who want to be cheating on someone. That's true. Hot moms.
Whenever I click on those ads, I always get a virus, so...
I don't. I always get a hot single in my area.
Damn. I gotta start clicking on them with you around.
Yeah.
You obviously know how to click on them better than I do. There's like a secret... Yeah, there's a secret pixel somewhere on the ad. I love
the idea where they're like, fuck, they have to like limit the amount of people who come in, so they're like, 99% of the pixels are just viruses, but there's a little corner where if you click on that, you actually get to the hot singles in your area.
Yeah.
My favorite one of those just said like, my husband's dead, I'm a hot mom, I want to fuck. And it was like, that's too bad.
I'm gonna do it the old school way. I'm gonna mow the lawn for hours every day, get real sweaty, get my gut out, and just stare at every woman in the neighborhood.
Slap a couple of times. Like whenever you make eye contact with one of them, they're just looking at you. Just
How long do you think it would take? Would it eventually work?
5 minutes.
If I slap my belly at every woman I see while mowing the lawn?
Well, no, that's like a mating call. Where they hear that and they like flock to you, kind of.
Boom. As soon as they start coming out to give you lemonade, that's when you know you're in.
Yeah, lemonade with fucking Prozac in it. So you're just like, you're knocked out, like tied up on a bed.
Oh.
And just all sweaty and disgusting with your belly out. And they're like...
She's like, this is way grosser than I thought. You smell horrible. I was just waiting for you to wake up. I gave you so much Prozac. I didn't fuck you.
I didn't shower 3 days before this, because when I was going to get sweaty, I was going to shower after I got done mowing the lawn, because I knew I was going to get sweaty, so it's really bad.
Oh, it's gross.
I don't know what I was thinking, drugging you and tying you up, but you're a gross guy.
You go in, the thing that wakes you up is the smell of like your ball sweat, because it's so disgusting, and she's like taking off your pants, you're like, oh, don't do that. It's so awful. I thought we were gonna like do this later after I time to go get cleaned up or something.
She reels from the stench. Oh!
Yeah, she
passes out. Yeah.
You're like, untie me now. Help.
Then you're tied down, and then her husband comes home and sees your nasty balls tied up and smells the room, and he passes out as well. He doesn't even have time to shoot.
Yeah, then the police come in.
I'm just banging on the front window with my knee close to the window. My dick out like, oh.
The police come in.
Kids
they're like,
walking home from
school.
Hazmat. Yeah,
and every time they wake up, they just pass out again with the ball smell.
It only gets worse.
Yeah, because over time you're more sweaty because you're nervous about the whole ordeal. So it's building up. Yeah, that would be bad.
How much would you have to be paid to do that service for them?
To be tied up.
To be tied up and stalled and sweaty
the deadbeat husband gigolo.
Money doesn't really matter if you're tied up for eternity, right?
No. I'm talking about where you'd pretend to be a deadbeat husband. Like the
actual
job one.
Not much. Like, I don't know.
Charge a couple $100.
I don't get why people have a flat rate for prostitutes. Well, I feel like that should be based on how attractive the person who comes in is, the rate changes. Because, like...
Well, that is what happens.
Really?
A lot of the times at those joints, you kind of pick your prostitute, you know? They have, like, a list of girls.
Just kind of like a Pokedex.
Well, he's talking about the Johns.
Oh, well then...
You should charge based on how attractive the buyer is.
Yeah, basically, like, the buyer is like, okay, he comes in, and then some guy independently is like, this is going to be more fun for the person, or this is going to suck ass.
Because they don't give a fuck about the prostitutes.
Well, no, but I'm
that is the answer,
yeah. But
yeah, I guess. But that's, I was
if you're like a fat, ugly man, that's the most obvious clientele. They're not gonna be like, oh, you gotta pay more, bro.
Well, no, that's like the baseline. But then it gets brought down for people who are like slightly more attractive, and then like actual like knockouts get to go in and like basically have sex for like a Burger King burger.
Whip out all the BK coupons.
Psychopath fucking like super attractive dude going in fucking every prostitute.
But it means that it's like scaled though, because it's something where it's like you look at it and like that guy, it's not actually as valuable.
I don't
so
think
it's
the
like
prostitutes would want to fuck them even if they were attractive, Jack.
Well, no, I'm saying that like because it's like they're attractive, maybe they do think they're attractive. It's like this guy's not worth as much time as like the fat ugly guy. So really the fat ugly guys are going to get more preference. All I'm saying is that like if you curve it like that, then it's like, because the fat ugly guys, they have the money presumably to go to get that prostitute.
Yeah.
So they're like, fuck, I need to go fuck, and they're like, this guy's going to pay me more. So it's like, it makes it a little bit more economic, you know?
I think there's a lot of pretty average people, average body types that go to see prostitutes.
Yeah, I think
some
people
rich
are just
guy out of
lonely,
town
yeah.
that's like, I don't want to go flirt with people in a bar to bang.
Yeah, let's just go
I just
fuck.
want to go get a prostitute. But then some 500-pound guy just walks in, he's a regular, and all the ladies are like, oh fuck, here he comes again.
And
Big John.
Every time.
Big John.
Big John.
Carry.
It's Fat Klansburg.
I'm here to fuck.
He's racist, but he's also fat and horny.
The
worst combination.
I'd charge like $2,000, I think.
That's probably
that's
good.
my flat rate.
That's like a good, like if you spent like a couple hours doing that, that's a good amount of money.
Yeah, you're getting a whole night's worth, I think, of effort. But
yeah, that would be funny if they're just like, please get out of my house after you like throw their remote at the TV or whatever, and they're like, and you're like, sorry, you paid me for the whole night. I gotta stay.
Keep breaking shit.
Yeah, it's part of my contract. And then afterwards, they're like, at the very end, it really made me feel like I was in an abusive relationship. So 10 out of 10.
He did his job well.
Yeah.
Jackson, do you do this for a 500-pound man for $2,000?
No. That's why I'm a gigolo and not a male prostitute.
So you have preferences over, oh yeah, okay, alright.
Yeah. What about a 500-pound woman for $2,000?
500 pounds? That's so much to work with. You're not even fucking them.
Exactly. So then it would go up. The price for them would go up. But if it was like,
think I might do it, yeah, but
if it was like a hot, sexy woman who's just like, my husband, he's gone in Iraq and he used to abuse me and I just haven't felt that thrill in a long time.
I'm not going to charge less for her.
What about a woman with leukemia who has a week to live and her family's like, she really wants to bang someone?
Okay.
Yeah. She really wants to
She wants the abusive husband too.
Yeah, she's been like drawing that in her, with like crayons in her books since childhood, and now that she's like 18, she's like, I've got leukemia though, so I won't last long.
Get the nicest male prostitute in all of the lands.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna settle on a cheap one. It's only $2,000.
Yeah, dude, you get the nicest of all of the lands for a reasonable price, of course.
We know one of the nurses is gonna sneak you in. You can be a abusive husband, slam into the ICU.
Yeah, you can be like, get her out of here. You need to
My
be
bitch
clean.
wife's about to die, and I gotta fuck her, stupid cancer-ridden pussy.
You're gonna leave me with the kids. She's crying.
Yeah, you gotta come and clean up this fucking house. It's disgusting. I've been dealing with these brats for a while. Get out of that bed.
Get out of that bitch.
You rested
I
enough.
know you're banking it.
And the parents.
Everyone's outside in the hallway crying.
You look like such a fucking freak with your hair shaved. I didn't marry a freak like you.
Oh, we got E.G. Poor little alien.
Beep boop, beep boop.
Was it your heartbeat monitor? I hope it flatlines.
Sounds like your ship's coming soon, you little alien bitch.
You little alien bitch.
She's like, wait, did we pay the guy to fuck her? What's going on?
When are you gonna start fucking? Yeah, actually. Then you take a little straw and you suck their brain out from their nose.
We hired a crowd work comedian to come in.
Oh, what does she look like? What does she look like? Yeah, that's right, little ET alien bitch.
You got a little leukemia, a little leukemia. I am your father, you fucking alien freak.
Leukemia these nuts.
Leukemia fucking hit you in the face. Look here. Look here, I'm a fucking... Look here, I'm a fucking smack you, little alien.
Look at me not having showered for a while because you haven't cleaned up the tub.
Oh, your head looks like my ball sack. Look here, my ball sack. Give me that.
Give me balls.
All right.
Look at me ball sack.
Nice one. I think we hired the wrong guy.
Yeah. She's like flatlining. She's like, this isn't what I wanted.
I don't hear any vigorous banging going on in this room.
You're getting paid for Make-A-Wish.
Hey, we hired a comedian to come in and make everyone a little happier for the day.
Yeah, it's like, and the comedian's like talking about that. He's like a trauma comedian. He's like, I go in, I just talk about their trauma in like a way that most people wouldn't approach it. Like, because you know what, they've been dealing with that, so they need to have some like levity on it. He's like, leukemia, or like, look at me nuts, leukemia me nuts.
Ooh, those smells. Take a whiff.
Jeez, oh yeah, you
Oh, smell my finger. Oh, you can't move away. Too weak. Too weak. Look at her. She's too weak.
Oh, she passed out from the smell.
Yeah, but
that's probably her last time awake.
Yeah, I'm gonna put these on my balls. Lick my fingers. They've been on my balls. Oh, you can't bite down on it too hard though, because you got leukemia.
Oh, you're scared of a flat line? I did a fat line last night.
Right now, before coming in here, in the hospital. Did a fat line of whatever pills they had lying around. Got benzos, dinomoxos.
Damn.
It's pretty cool. Then he dies before she does.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would be the better job.
That would be a fun
Going
job.
in to make fun of cancer patients.
Before they die. And then you fuck them.
Yeah, that's like, oh shit, she's already dead.
You
already paid me to do this.
Now you walk to the front desk, and now you're just fucking stone-faced, and you're like, alright, that's $500, come on. I fucking did my job.
I did what I had.
Happy, everybody?
Happy about that? Yeah, come on. She was.
You
before
wanted
she
this.
fucking died.
You asked for this. You saw the ad.
Imagine her last moments not being surrounded by family, but just surrounded by a guy berating her for having leukemia, and just like,
Some guy in a Yankees jacket. Hey.
Go towards the light, please. Yankees jacket.
Instead of pulling the plug,
he's got like exercise shorts and like a fucking tank top, and he like walks in smoking.
Big gulp.
Yeah, fucking huge pot belly.
Instead of pulling the plug on people, you just hire a guy to fucking give them heart attacks.
Yeah, because it costs money to pull the plug on them, so they're just like, it's cheaper if we just hire a guy to fucking basically kill them with words. I can't be sued. Nothing I said in there is nothing I said in there is against the law. Freedom of speech.
Freedom of speech, baby. I can kill whoever I want.
Yeah, my freedom of speech doesn't mean her freedom from consequences of my speech.
Yeah, if you die because I said something fucked up to you, that's on you.
That would be funny, a freedom of speech, if people were like, we know there's like a couple of words that people could tell someone that if they did, they would just die instantly. So we're trying to like restrict speech a little bit. So that's where all the Twitter Nazis come from. We're trying to like stop people from saying things.
What are we talking about?
I don't know.
Why did you transition into that?
I don't know.
What about a guy that goes through the ICU whispering the N-word into people's ears, and about 10% they have heart attacks?
Yeah. That would be good. What would his name be?
Donald J. Trump.
He's going to do all these Make-A-Wish things, and he's like, "Oh, this child, I'm the ex-president, like visiting this child, doing these things." And he goes around and just whispers the N-word into like young kids' ears, and they're like,
he leans in, looks like he's trying to give them some words of encouragement. He's like,
N-word.
So these kids kind of whimpering in their last hours.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Get him away from me.
Help!
Giving thumbs up to the cameras.
He does that to a bunch of like little black kids, and they're just like, "Why are you here? Haven't we suffered enough?"
Shout outs to my cousin who's been listening to the episodes recently.
Oh, really?
Shout outs.
Sorry.
He said he listened to a couple of them while he was working.
Damn, he was our spike in viewers or something, if he's listened to some of the older ones.
I don't know what ones he listened to, but...
We got like a couple hundred viewers last week, because a bunch of people were going back through our old catalog.
Damn.
So
must have caught the algorithm.
Oh yeah, they caught the wave of VTubers again, and also the salt and Vin N-word chips is the one that was very popular.
What's going on there, listeners? Why do you like that one?
Why do you think they're listening to us?
Why do you like that one?
I don't know.
We're not here trying to entertain you. We're saying things for us.
Yeah.
How do you feel about Whopper Wednesday?
No,
we're not there yet.
Yeah, we still got like a little bit left, at least like 20 minutes.
Fucking chill.
I just want to talk about Whopper Wednesday.
Whopper Wednesday.
How many Whoppers do you think you could steal if I was able to pause time?
Stop.
For 10 minutes.
For 10 minutes?
For 10 minutes.
Oh, you could steal them all, dude.
Every Whopper.
Not like in a store. So I'd say like 100 Whoppers. Do they have to be cooked?
I don't want to talk about this anymore.
You brought it up, you son of a bitch.
Anyways, I was going to say, so if you were an F1 driver who was about to do a drive in Saudi Arabia and you heard there was a terrorist attack not 5 miles from where you'd be driving, would you feel inclined to continue that race?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
If you wanted to win.
I don't think that's how that works.
If I learned anything
they
from
should
Rush,
they should have done the race, and it would be like one of those fucking racing movies where there's like fucking action on the fucking track where like cars get blown up.
They're like, whoa, as if F1's not already dangerous enough. Just like
exactly
having like obstacles.
Well, nobody fucking dies that often in F1. Like once every couple of races.
Yeah, I mean that's
pretty often, but like they don't have spikes on their wheels or nothing like they should do.
So yeah, we just up that to once every race, at least one person would die. At least
one. Like, come on. Who the fuck is watching F1 and actually gives a shit?
Imagine F1, but there's like little ramps everywhere.
I don't get it. Like, what's the sport in F1?
Watching people go very fast against one another.
Yeah, but it's all based on time, so it's not even like who gets first.
Yeah, no, it kind of is.
No, it's not. It's time based.
Yeah, so it's like who gets the fastest time.
Yeah, it's who gets the fastest. I don't give a fuck about who gets the fastest time. I don't go see the guy who comes in first fucking win, no matter what.
Oh, so it's like they are still on the track, but it's more about like... Yeah.
They're on the track together anyways, you know?
They should start the F1 like they do, like, those races. Because they have, like the races where they'll go, and they'll be like, they'll stagger them.
Yeah, it's not even optimized, because they're like competing for like place, and it's like
if they all started at the same exact point, everyone would die. Like if it was just like a conga line of
I'm not
F1
saying
cars.
Do that. I'm just saying like if they're not even doing the track optimally because they're all like competing to get ahead of each other.
Yeah.
Which I think in that case, the guy who comes in first should win.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think the guy who's like the first person to go probably has an advantage at that point because everyone else is.
Yeah, exactly. But go get fucked. Use your fucking rocket launcher, bro. Use your.
Do they have rocket launchers on
Use
those?
your car
Nitros,
spike tire, your nitro.
That would be good.
Boost.
Just Speed Racer, but
listen,
also
man,
these.
I love those fucking Hot Wheels movies.
So everyone's running and hopping cars go like 140 miles an hour, and then they stop again. They're like,
And then they get in the swim.
Get on bicycles.
That'd be so funny. If like the guy, like there'd be something really funny if there's a bunch of people like stopping, and then they're like, "Oh, here," and then he like gets on a bicycle and he starts going like still like pretty fast because he's on a bicycle, but like compared to going like 100 in a car, it's just like, oh my god.
What about like
in a helicopter?
Anyone can enter this race. You just have to have a vehicle, any vehicle you're choosing.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, bicycles. People try and get like those massive dump trucks just to see if no one can get by them. That's their strategy.
Do you think people would like trick out their vehicles with traps and different things?
Yeah, 100%. That's like what I'm talking about. I want that kind of Mad Max fucking race.
I want that. Like, I feel like F1's not the place to do that.
F1's not the place for it, but if you have terrorists nearby where you're already doing an F1 race,
you might as well.
Mad Max.
Yeah, it's just like you might as well let the dump truck guy in and just fucking... Just see if he's gonna survive the terrorist onslaught. He's like, he did have a very slow time.
His truck actually just immediately took the bomb very well.
Yeah, but everyone else died immediately from that. But he kept on trucking, no pun intended.
He's actually picking up everybody's garbage along the way as well.
Yeah, he's picking up all the F1 trucks and crushing them into little cubes.
We should have done that in like Tehran or something.
What, done a Mad Max?
A bunch of Humvees.
That'd be
and like you sponsor a
so
Humvee team, and you've got a 50 cal gunner on top, so you've got to try and get around all the RPGs, insurgents and stuff.
Yeah, just racing through the streets of Baghdad, just like
drifting with a Humvee.
Oh shit, we got targets on the left.
Helicopters above filming. Oh, looks like we
got shots fired.
We got some action on the track.
Yeah, I don't know. What would your car be? Would you try to make like a car that would be
super armored vehicle?
Would you try to have a lot of like interruptions in your car? So like interrupting and trying to like keeping other cars from progressing, or would you try to make a very fast car that would get around these interruptions?
I think the fast cars are going to end up being the winners.
Yeah, because
not a lot will get past, but once they get ahead.
Yeah, but it's
unless it's a lapping.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's a lap.
It's gotta be laps.
Because you have
maybe
to...
like 3 laps, and it's a really big track.
Yeah. What if
because if it's too many laps, then the trappers are...
Yeah, the trappers have such a big advantage. Being able to avoid the traps 3 times, or 2 times.
Some guys don't even move. They just stay at the start and wait for them to come back around. They're waiting with rockets.
They're just like a spoiler.
They fight each other at the start line. And the winner of the initial battle then tries to take out everyone else coming again.
Yeah, the people coming around like their F1 cars, there's just like this car graveyard with like spikes and rocket launchers everywhere, and they're like, what the fuck?
There's some hand-to-hand combat going on as well.
Yeah. People with like knives and swords.
Not very sportsmanlike of Jim Bob to get out of his car there and hack to death the driver. Well, that's the game. This is what you wanted, folks.
That's Texas boys for you.
Yeah, just the fucking horrified announcers.
This is what you asked for, everybody.
How much more popular would that be than NASCAR, though? It would be fucking crazy.
Well, that's not like a high bar at this point.
What do you mean? NASCAR is still super popular in the South.
Yeah,
the track runs red with the blood of the racers. This is it, folks.
Oh, it's like an oil slick out there. Whee!
Oh, God.
More casualties from American fucking car racing than there were in the entire war.
You can't hear their cries from home, but you can hear it up in the booth, folks. It's horrible.
I spent a lot of years out in the fucking desert, but I heard nothing like this.
I love that
Jesus,
I love that these announcers are going in and talking like, it's a really exciting race day, and then like going down the list, and they're like, and Jim Bob Thorne, the classic Thorne layer, he's gonna be the one to beat in this race, having won the past. It's like, oh god! Like, for some reason, they had a couple of races before that were like a little bit bloody, but not like no one died, and it was like everyone's eventually okay, but like this one was just fucking massacre. They're like, because it's their Talladega, so like everyone who's anyone gets involved, and they're like, oh fuck.
There's a huge cash prize, like $500 million.
Yeah, so it's like a very popular sport.
All sorts of paramilitary companies all over the world are joining up, and they're not willing to play by the rules.
Jesus, rules.
Yeah, no, there's
Jim
no
Bob,
rules.
Father of 4.
They got
He's got shot, but he's still running for it.
He knows how much his family needs this money.
Yeah, he's down.
Here comes the skinheads from the Amazon Battalion. Oh, they've got the whole African League spirit on their truck.
What's it, Raytheon? They would definitely have just like weapons tests there, where they're like, oh, here's like crowd control. Here's
They got a big old jet attached to one of their trucks,
like
the
sonic
Batmobile.
weapons that like shut down. They just have like sonic weapons that like explode people's eardrums, and they're just playing them on the track.
You got the Wagner Group coming in. Oh God, what are they doing to that man? They're pulling him apart with all their trucks, going in different
They're
directions.
not even trying to win. I don't think he's trying to win there. He's just killing. But it's legal because you guys voted. This is what we do now.
I love the idea of just like a Twitter vote that's like, should they be allowed to kill each other? Yes. It's like, oh God. Like the organizers are just like sweating and they're like, fuck, we have to do it now.
Oh God.
The results of the Twitter poll are in. I thought you just said this would give us more engagement, not that we'd have to kill other people.
That'd be a fun movie to make.
It's the fucking it's a documentary on that day.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it'd be like a mockumentary of
Bloody Sunday.
fucking NASCAR and shit.
I told them they shouldn't allow guns. Just gunfight right off the bat. No one's even driving. All right, folks, we got a firefight on the
Not
track.
surprising. Oh, it looks like people are starting to drive, just running over each other.
Oh no, his foot just came off the brakes. He's dead. Look, he's dead.
He knew he couldn't take that turn very fast when one of his wheels was blown out by an AR-15 before, but he needed that money. It's all cancer drivers in the seats. So it's just people who need it.
Yeah.
Death Row. Okay, now you can read them.
Yeah, now.
All right.
Now we got
Liam has been allowed to read Whopper Wednesday.
Whopper Wednesday. What do we got? $12.99, 6 burgers and 3 fries.
What's it called?
For family bundle.
Family
bundle.
3 Whoppers, 2 cheeseburgers, and 3 small fries.
2 cheeseburgers?
Cheeseburgers.
Cheeseburger.
So that implies 2 burgers per person because there's only 3 fries.
That implies.
Well, I mean, you're not gonna get a burger with no fry.
I get burgers with no fries all the time.
You're psycho.
No, because fries are just like pure salt and calories.
What do you want from?
I want a burger. The fries don't give me any. Like fries give me little joy compared to like because I normally just get.
People love McD's fries. I don't like them.
I don't like McDick's fries either. Like normally, what I get is just like I'll normally the most degenerate I'll do is just like 2 McChickens, 2 cheeseburgers, and then eat one of each, and then save them in the fridge for a little bit, and then at like 3 a.m. after I'm like done with stuff, I'll just go over and eat a cold cheeseburger from McDick's, and I'm like, ah.
I've been doing the strat recently where if it's early enough in the day and I'm like, I fucking really want fast food, I'll go to Cane's and get 2 boxes of Cane's.
Ooh.
Eat one, save the next one for later when I'm like, oh, usually I'd be like, oh, I wish I had gotten Cane's now instead. Yeah. And then I'm like, I have another box of
Cane's is so bad heated up, though.
It's bad. I don't heat it up, I just leave it.
Oh, that's smart,
it's cold, and the fries are gross, but
Like,
otherwise...
lukewarm Cane's is so much better than, like, throwing it in the microwave. Yeah. For some reason, they're, like, chicken fingers react with, like, the horrible reactions chemically to being microwaved.
Yeah, I don't microwave any of it.
I'm not a big fan of Cane's.
Really?
Yeah. I feel like even the drive home from Cane's, it all just steams in there, so then everything's kind of wet.
It is all
slimy.
I do like. I like
the slimy meal.
I like the fries get very soggy.
Yeah, that's why like eating at the restaurant's kind of a different Cane's experience.
It's true.
That shit's cash.
Make it extra slimy for me, will you?
Yeah, they keep it in. They're like, we're just gonna hold it back here for a little bit so we can slime it.
Leave it in the Slimer for a while.
Yeah, they have like a big steamer that they call the Slimer. They're just like scooping handfuls of like wet chicken and like putting
picking
it
up chicken fingers and all the skin slides off, slimy.
Yeah.
Ooh,
slime.
It's the ghost from fucking Ghostbusters. The Slimer.
Slimer, that's what they call it. That would be funny if there's like, and it's a Ghostbusters tie-in meal with Cane's called the Slimer, where they just have their regular chicken, but they're just taking pictures of it being gross and disgusting, and everyone's like, did it always look like that?
Oh my god.
Commercials.
We need to get an air fryer here. That's what we fucking need.
Air fryers are dope.
I've heard.
I had my roommate had one last year, and I used that a fucking lot, dude. Putting a fast food cheeseburger in the air fryer.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Awesome.
I'm thinking it's way better for warming shit up than like a microwave, and then like you don't want to turn your whole oven on.
Yeah. For 100%.
Yeah. So you just put it in the air fryer.
But like it's something where
I know. Yeah. Put it in the rice maker.
It's basically if something would get like soggy in the microwave, put it in the air fryer, and it tastes like crispy.
Yeah. Great way to reheat tenders is boil them.
No.
Just get a rolling pot of water.
No.
Yeah. Stick it in.
Toss those chicken
that's not
fingers
soggy at all. That makes them nice and crispy.
That's fucked
I do like that was how so much stuff was cooked back in the day. Yeah. Got a bunch of meat. All right.
What the fuck else are you gonna do?
We're gonna boil it.
Yeah.
It's just gross.
It's just fucking gross.
You're not gonna have like I guess people put things on spits, but that's not that healthy, I don't think.
Yeah. Just kind of badass, really.
We're not savages.
You got a lot of grease water left over.
If I was like living in that old times, I'd like to eat a lot of stews, though. I mean, you'd have to eat a lot of stews, but I think I'd like it. I think I'd be okay.
Stews were not. They had no fucking seasoning at all.
Fine.
It just tasted like meat grease.
Yeah.
The meat wouldn't even be good because it's not salted at all.
Fine.
Yeah, you'd like it. I'd like the stew.
I like it.
I like the stew.
You don't know anything.
Shut up.
Just because you're Irish, you think you know about stew.
We're Irish big stew.
We should eat more gravy. We should have gravy with every meal.
My mom
I'd like some more gravy.
makes some bomb-ass corned beef, and I've been learning how to make that.
I don't like the idea of corned beef.
You don't
corned beef is so
Have you ever
good.
had corned beef?
Yeah, I've had corned beef.
I actually today woke up and was going to buy a corned beef.
Yeah,
so I mean to do one
for like months now.
Yeah, but it's gonna be.
So good.
I'm just gonna make it in the crock pot.
Yeah, that's what you.
I mean, you have to.
Yeah.
What else are you gonna do with it?
Made in the oven.
Burn the house down because it's cooking for like 6 hours.
That's what my family did on St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, that's
oven.
We always use the crock pot.
That's another
crock pot
slimy
makes it better.
food.
We actually have
corned beef's a slimy fucking meat.
Yeah, but I don't. It's delicious. It's amazing.
No.
Corned beef is amazing, dude.
It is.
Corned beef is awesome.
It's literally my favorite meat. Maybe my favorite.
I gotta salt the fuck out of it.
I
enjoy it.
We had
salt the fuck out of corned beef.
Yeah.
It's like the saltiest
meat
you can possibly have.
You gotta
putting salt on salt. Yeah, it's
If you put salt on corned beef, you're.
It's that. Yeah, it's just like, oh yeah, I need to put some pepper on this pepper. Like, it's my mom we used to have like a St. Patrick's Day party where we'd invite like all the neighbors over. So we just have like 4 crock pots that we never use. But on that party day, we always brought out all of the crock pots because we just had to make a shit ton of corned beef. So that was always the best smelling day of our house. It was when I would like walk home the night before or the day before, and it would just be like smelling so intensely of corned beef, and I'd be like, yes, hell yeah.
Should make a corned beef cologne.
Hey, babe. Yeah,
you want to corn my beef?
Oh, I think it would be funny if they made the corned beef like cologne, but people were using that because you know how sometimes it's like I don't smell like kind of bad, but I haven't like taken a shower, so like just to make sure that I'm a little fresh, I'll do that.
A little corned beef.
Yeah,
spray.
it's a little corned beef spray, so you're mixing the smell with not having showered with the corned beef spray, and people are like, ugh. Oh, that's awful.
I don't know.
What are some?
It's ugly. It's an ugly meat as well.
What are some good pickup lines if you smelled like corned beef? Or just in general. Let's do a pickup line.
Pickup lines in general?
Hey, baby.
Let's see. Hey, baby, are you from 10IC?
Nah, you're going to have to read the next
10IC.
Hey, babe. I'm not gay, neither
let's look
are
up,
you. Are you gay?
Let's look up what the top 10 pickup lines are. by metrics.
God.
Wait, hold on. Top.
There's no way to measure that. Nobody uses pickup lines.
Pickup line. Well, no, people use them all the time for Tinder, right?
That doesn't count. That's not using a pickup line.
No, that's explicitly what it is.
That's
Tinder
not
pickup lines that even we can't.
How are you arguing that using a pickup line is not using a pickup line?
I feel like the only way that you have to pick somebody up for that to have been a pickup line. You fucking failed if you don't pick them up.
What's it called?
So using a I don't like your arguments today, Jackson.
That one's bad. That one's a shit ass argument. Anyways, I think you have to say it in person for it to count, in my opinion.
So the first site that I found was called Cafe Mom. That's called
top
10 pickup
Mom.
line. Yeah, it's like top 10 pickup lines that even we couldn't ignore. Is what that says. The first one is
these fucking bitches are going out and
the first one is your name Wi-Fi because I'm feeling a connection, and then under that it just says a great way to start. That's flirting 101.
Your name
We're not socks, but I think we'd make a great pair.
I'm gonna go
How
to
sweet? How could anyone resist?
The Cracker Barrel and just start walking up to tables of moms and dropping these, and they're just gonna be like, "Oh my god, he's so funny,
dude!" Fucking this one says, "Keep it timely." Baby, do you need toilet paper? Because I can be your Prince Charmin.
Whoa!
And then underneath it says, for everyone who's been through 2020, toilet paper pickup lines are so relatable.
I want to kill this person.
Babe, do you have toilet paper?
The right way to frame it. I'm no photographer, but I can picture us together. An oldie but a goodie. Math for nerds. If you were a triangle, you'd be an acute one. For someone who has an appealing shape, ellipses.
What?
It just says math for nerds. And then it says for someone who has an appealing shape, and then it leaves that kind of open ended. Only have eyes is the opening for this one. Do you have a library card? Because I'm checking you out. Bookworms unite. Be mine. Do you have a name, or can I call you mine?
This is
cheesy, but bring a heart to the eyes.
This is why I support the Second Amendment.
Yeah, this is why I supported whatever making women not be able to vote.
Women's non-suffrage.
Yeah, can we get an anti-suffrage amendment? Getting carried away. You know what you'd really look... You know where
what do you think
really
would happen
beautiful?
if you went to any fucking college-age bar and said this to someone?
They'd kill you. They'd eat you alive for your power. It would work, but then the men would hear it around you, and they'd say, we need to eat him in order to gain his power. He's so powerful. But yeah, these are pretty bad. Lead the way. Can I follow you home? Because my parents told me to follow my dreams. Mom and Dad always have the best advice.
Can I follow you home? What the fuck?
That's coming on a little strong. It's like, mind if I follow you?
So this is implying somebody you don't know walking up to you and just saying this.
That's what a pickup line is.
Okay,
exactly, that's why it's so fucking insane.
This one I actually could see working if, here's what happens. You're at a bar with a girl, and she is with like a couple of friends, and you're with a couple of friends, and then you start talking, and you have like a good conversation, you get talking. Her friends are like, oh, we're going to go to the next bar. And then I say, oh, can I follow along? Because my parents always told me to follow my dreams.
No, what you do is...
It's cringe, but it's a good line in terms of like, if you actually already have a rapport, they're like, that's so stupid. But it's like cute. It's not creepy, like going up to a random person at a supermarket. And saying,
I like messing it up at like a supermarket, being like, I'm gonna follow you home. You're my dream.
Fuck!
I meant like I'm gonna leave. I'm not gonna follow you. Watch me. I'm leaving.
I'm leaving. Not following you.
Don't follow me.
Won't follow you anymore.
I found it on the website. Fat Gay Mom. What is it called?
Fat Gay Mom. And you like slam into like the aisle, and a bunch of things come falling over. You're like, help me pick this up.
Good cookie sale, huh?
Do you have a switch? Because baby, I want to turn you on.
Hey baby, you turn me on like a switch.
I want to turn you on. Like a light switch, follow you home.
I'm not turned on though.
I'm playing like Legend of Zelda on your pussy.
Help.
I mean what?
I can get turned on. I'm not saying I can't. I'm not.
I will. I by you, but I'm not right now.
You can turn me on if you want to.
I'll follow you home and you can turn me on.
I'm like more turned on by corned beef than you, but that's like not a bad thing. I just really like corned beef.
Give me a shot. Just keep.
Were you hurt when you fell from the vending machine? Because you're a snack.
Oh.
For that sweetie you've always had an eye on. Ryan Gosling meme vibes. Hey girl, feel my sweater. Know what it's made of? Boyfriend balls. Material. Switch out girl for guy and boyfriend for girlfriend as needed.
Okay.
I think that was implied.
I will.
A decent proposal.
Feel my
Forget
sweater.
Netflix and chill. I want an Amazon Prime and sexy time. When shopping is their love language.
What the fuck?
I want some Amazon Prime. It's sexy time.
Yeah, what the fuck? I don't know you.
Yeah, I love the idea of forgetting the Netflix and chill part. It's just like being like going up to something and it's just like, I want Amazon Prime sexy time.
You want to buy like a fucking TV and then fuck me?
I want Amazon Prime sexy time. Genie in a bottle. Well, here I am. What are you other? Here I am. What are your other two wishes? A sweet way to introduce oneself.
No!
A little social distancing humor. Is that hand sanitizer in your pocket, or are you just happy to be within 6 feet of me? So implying that someone came because you were around them, just like. Yeah, I guess because like it's implied when someone gets a boner. It's when someone gets a boner that you say, "Are you just happy to see me?"
Yeah.
It's like okay, or it's like if you feel something in their pocket. But it's one of those things where it's like seeing someone has like a cum stain on their shorts.
Hey, did you just come because you were close to me, baby? Baby girl? Do you have Amazon Prime?
We all know.
Sexy time.
When we know a person well and know this would make them laugh.
Okay.
Okay.
Not a pickup.
Getting closer. Can I borrow a kiss? I promise I'll give it back. For that first kiss ask. If someone asked me, if this was the way that a first kiss went down, as opposed to just like, non-verbal,
I don't think I've ever asked somebody to kiss.
Yeah, that's, well, also saying it like that.
Yeah.
Like, it's leveling up the pickup. Let's play Carpenter. First we'll need to get hammered, then I'll nail you.
Oh. Whoa. Walking up.
Things have been progressing for a while. They might become the time to use this line. And that's it. Those are the best
$2 off any premium combo deal. Just like I'm gonna combo nut
in your pussy, baby.
I'm gonna combo nut all over you.
Oh, 8-piece chicken nuggets? How about a chicken?
A piece of my nugget in your
ass.
Chicken vagina.
How about I get a chicken meat? Oh, no, I'm sorry. I was just joking.
I'm not going to follow you home anymore.
Free any size soft drink. I'm free any size hard drink.
Yeah, this also implies that the person was suave enough to start talking to them, have them be interested in them. Basically, these lines are irrelevant because the moment you'd be saying them, the only reason these would ever work is if the person was already like
you're not
kind of
opening with this because it's psychopath behavior.
Like no one's hearing this and being like, sure. Go on. I'm now intrigued by your presence. It's like no, these only work if the person already was like thinking about you in a way that would make them cum their hand sanitizer from being 6 feet in your presence.
You wipe your hand on their pants, and you're like,
"Oh, that was cum, baby." I don't think that was the line.
Is that hand sanitizer, or is that my cum?
Is that hand sanitizer, or did I cum on my hand?
Well, it's hand sanitizer.
You wipe on their face.
Hey, nice to meet you.
I'm gonna follow you home.
I'm gonna follow you home with my cum sanitizer.
Or am I just happy to see you?
I'm just happy to see you. It's not cum, but like...
yeah, it's could not be like, cum. I'm just happy.
This is like my cum. But it's not. Like, it's just...
6 feet away.
Sir, you're going to have to leave.
How about 6 feet inside you? Well, that wouldn't work.
That would kill me.
How about 6 feet under? I mean, yeah.
Under the sheets. I'm gonna come, and I'm happy to see you, hand sanitizer. Use these lines to pick up any woman
I don't know why we don't have fucking significant others, guys.
Yeah, that's weird. Well, no, it's because we're not using these lines. We spent a while making fun of this shit.
Because we're Redditors.
Yeah, that is the big
problem.
Well, that's the big thing, is the moment I see a girl, I say, so are you a Redditor? And they're like, what? And I'm like, because I am. And if you're not, then this is kind of over.
This is not going to work.
So actually, I have had a lot of offers, but all of them were Redditors. So.
Check out that doggo.
Yeah, I do. I say that, and then if she doesn't ask me when the narwhal bacons, I beat the shit out of her.
Put her in the fucking burger dungeon.
Jackson and I were talking about gay handkerchiefs yesterday.
Oh yeah, that's fun. So that's like a new trend that's been going around where if you're a gay guy,
it's not new. This is like pre-easy hookup for gay guys.
Well, it's first I've ever heard of it.
When it was illegal to be gay, or very frowned upon. You wear a handkerchief that means different things.
It's coming back into style.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
it's like a callback.
Yeah,
There's a guy with a pink handkerchief, and
you wear a different color handkerchief in your ass pocket, and there's some pretty fun ones, like dark blue is nipple torture.
Oh, they have like distinctive.
It's your fetishes, basically.
This mosquito netting is having sex outdoors.
Mosquito netting.
But it's mosquito netting really implies like swampiness.
Yeah, the swampiest of asses.
The swamp man. Yeah.
No, that's like a little bit of swamp in your back pocket, and they're just like it's a little bit wet, and you're like, is that the swamp ass, or is that the swamp that they
Am I sweating through my jeans, or
or are you just happy to see me?
Did I pee myself?
Did I pee myself, or are you just happy to see me?
Is my ass so sweaty because you're nervous, or is I like you, or is it just hot out?
Hey,
and then you take their handkerchief and wipe your ass with it.
Yeah, you skip the hand sanitizer. It's like
my ass so stinky because it's sweaty because I'm around you.
They're like, no,
stinky.
Okay, so they got a lot of the bases covered on the fetishes with the different colors, I'd say, but we gotta come up with some more.
We're talking about fetishes. We're talking about specifically.
So what color handkerchief for like? I don't know. I can't even think of anything more degenerate than what they already covered, to be honest.
Okay, let's see.
They got a pretty extensive list of fetishes and the handkerchief colors that go with them.
That's like a really weird. Let's see, like mommy roll. Or
they need like vor. What's a vor?
Yeah, handkerchief? A vor handkerchief is just a melodic. It's just.
That's not.
It's a handkerchief.
It's not a handkerchief.
It's a handkerchief with Lucario on it.
It's not a color.
Yeah, but you have to get really close to see.
You're like, is that like a blue one?
What color are you curious about?
Oh my god, there's so many.
What do you think brown could mean?
Play.
Yep.
Scat top, scat bottom.
Scat top.
Scatology.
Scat top.
I like how they call it scatology, like it's a science.
Yeah. I think it's coprophilia is the...
It's the proper term.
Yeah, the proper term.
I guess scatology is probably poop. Actually researching poop.
Yeah.
What does star fucking mean? Oh, celebrities.
Categories. That's a fun game.
Categories. Which fetish am I doing with my handkerchief?
Where did this come from? What is this? This is
for the gays.
Gays would wear these to identify themselves.
What colors have they really not covered?
They really got most of them.
They got green in there?
Yeah.
What's green?
Hustler for rent.
What the fuck?
What the fuck is that?
Guys, Bitcoin just jumped
or a
up
John
like
looking
a
to
couple
buy.
$1,000s right now.
The other green.
Nobody gives a fuck, nerd.
The other green is orphan boy looking for daddy.
Orphan boy.
Military drab is military bottom.
Oh, hell yeah, brother.
Lime green, dinner plate. We'll buy dinner.
Dinner plate?
Yep.
Dinner plate.
We'll buy dinner. Like, that's a fucking fetish.
And beige means you're either a rimmer or a rimmy.
Rimette, as they call them.
What if you don't like to rim, but you still want to get rimmed, and you wear a beige one?
If you wear a cream, it means you'll suck cum out of condoms.
Yeah,
like that one.
That makes sense.
I guess it would probably have something to do with cum. I feel like you're missing the point if you do a cream one without something to do with cum.
Union Jack one means you're a skinhead bottom.
Whoa.
Okay.
What is that?
How many skinhead bottoms are there?
What does skinhead bottom mean?
It means you're a racist.
It's a racist, but you also like to get fucked.
I like racist guys that are cool.
Why is that the Union Jack?
LGBT.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They should wear like a red and black one.
I feel like that should be that should just be like a Confederate flag.
yeah.
Because why is it the Union Jack?
Tan is just like cigars.
Maybe it's not the Union Jack, and maybe Liam doesn't know what the Union Jack looks like.
I feel like it says Union Jack.
Wait, is cigar the thing where you stick the dick in the butt?
It just literally means I like cigars.
Penis,
which I feel like,
and then you suck on the penis.
It's dangerous.
Because I've heard of that before.
That might
be what a cigar is.
That sounds awful. It sounds quite horrendous.
So brown corduroy means you're a student. You're into students or teachers. I feel like having brown corduroy when the other brown could mean you're a scat bottom.
Well, that's dangerous. I love the idea where someone starts opening their butthole and starts trying to poop on you, and you're like, "No, it's corduroy."
I did read the article or an article about it. That was like, it can get quite confusing with all these very similar colors.
Why don't you just make it one thing, and then you can get into the bedroom and talk about it?
You're supposed to ask, obviously.
No, you just go for it. You just start shitting on the person.
If you wear medium blue, it means you're a cop sucker. You suck some cops.
Suck some cops off.
Mm-hmm. Looking for salty semen.
What about an American flag at the ass? Was that one? Oh. That should be one.
Dildo fucky.
Wait, Tage actually has a girlfriend, so maybe we should ask him about these pickup lines as well. One sec.
No,
where's the?
They're bad. Don't tell him.
Oh yeah, he's gonna get too many ladies.
He doesn't need to know them, first of all, and he wouldn't use them.
Tage, can I follow you home? Because my parents always told me to follow my dreams. Mom and Dad always have the best advice.
I like following up with whatever they said there.
Yeah, no, I do. Just having, because this is like a top 17 pickup lines that even we couldn't ignore from Cafe Mom. Stepping
go
things
to a
up.
different list.
Fat gay mom.
Yeah, it's true. There's probably many of these.
Probably at least a little bit better
for every type of guy out there. Kiss me if I'm wrong, but dinosaurs don't exist, right?
Pickup lines on Reddit.
You're so... Oh, no. You're so pretty, I wouldn't even need an Instagram filter if I took a photo of you.
There's a pickup line subreddit.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
Fucking whack-ass one.
238,000.
Top of all time. People. Top of all time. Top of all time. Are you a camera? Because every time I look at you, I smile.
My mom told me that life was like a deck of cards, so I guess you must be the Queen of Hearts. That's the top of all time.
That doesn't...
Oh, how many upvotes? How many updos?
7,000.
7,000 people went out of their way to be like, fuck yes.
It could have just been like oh yeah, that's pretty good.
My dick is so polite, it stands up so you can sit down.
What?
4,400.
What? My dick is so what?
It's so polite, it stands up so you can sit down.
On my dick.
Yeah, just say that to some women in public.
We're all of these are implying that you come up to them and this is the first line.
We gotta start doing some fucking
pickup artist shit.
Well, yeah, pickup artist but more comedic in a lens. You know, we just use these shitty pickup lines.
I would be down to go to a bar and just embarrass myself doing this. Honestly,
I like my women how I like my laptops. On my lap, turned on, virus free.
Just like boomer fucking jokes.
Yeah.
Oh, another one at the top of all time. If you were a dinosaur, you'd be a gorgeosaurus.
It's not a real dinosaur.
What's with the dinosaur ones? How many?
All of men are children.
Hey, you're pretty. I'm cute. Together, we could be pretty cute.
My anger is rising.
You want to come see my hard drive? I promise it's 3. I promise it isn't 3.5 inches and isn't floppy.
What?
I love the idea of immediately putting that. It's like instead of being like it's 8 inches and It's a solid state, baby.
Solid state drive.
It's a solid state 8-incher, but then instead they're like, I promise it's not floppy. Yeah. I promise it's not 3.5 inches. That's
all horrible. They say the tongue is the strongest muscle. Want to wrestle? And top comment says, this worked, Wikiface.
That would just like, I could see that working on like a drunk girl who already thought you were attractive, and she's like, whatever.
I usually ignore this subreddit, but this one's gold.
I usually ignore this subreddit.
That's why I'm on here commenting. It's because I'm usually ignoring this.
I'm usually ignoring, but I love to read all of it.
This one also has, can I follow you home because my parents told me to follow my dreams. That one
must be a hit. I gotta start using that one at the bar.
They say the dick is the strongest muscle. You want to wrestle?
Your smile lit up the room, so I had to have you come over to my house. My light bulb's out.
That's too long.
Yeah. I love saying a light bulb's out afterwards.
My light bulb is out.
I actually don't have my room, which does not have windows. Its light currently does not work. So I've been working in the dark. Bulb. I would have that, where I'd be like, oh, coming back, and then she'd be like, what is this? This is some weird sort of sex dungeon torture chamber, and I'm like, no, my light is actually out, and there are no windows in here.
I need you to light up my room.
I thought this was going to be the thing. She's like, we've got like a phone. I'm like, that's not going to be good enough. I have really high ceilings.
Ooh, a really cool new one. Are you in Ukraine? Because I want to Putin my troops into you.
What the fuck?
What the fuck? My troops. I'm calling come my troops.
My soldiers.
You got the troops all over your face.
Rage, my soldiers.
I'm gonna put my troops all over your face.
Scream, my soldiers.
Scream.
Here's some of the most controversial of all time. Oh. Hey, I'm about to masturbate, but I need a name to go with the face.
Oh. How many
at a bar, just going up to a girl. Oh, also, Tage, you missed the one that was...
Did you fall from heaven? Because I've got a boner. Not funny.
Not funny. How dare you?
There's one that was like, it was like for the people who are currently in COVID lockdown. It's like, oh, is that Purell in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me? Implying that the person, like, came, and you're just like, oh, man, did you come in your pants, or did you leak a little Purell out? So, like, either they peed themselves, or that. And that's one of the ones they can't say no to, so...
Otherwise, they would be defying COVID regulations,
it's
and
true.
I would get them arrested.
Your chromosomes have combined beautifully. You fucking weirdo. And like,
excuse me?
Yeah, it's like, let's create an Aryan race together. It's if you were
in 1930s Germany, I wouldn't have you sent to the gas chamber.
Yeah, I feel like your genes would be very beneficial to the group collective. If you were C9 and I were H12, together we would create all the air we'd need to breathe and be sweet as sugar.
Oh god.
Okay. H2O.
If you said A3 and B2, you sunk my battleship. No?
That'd be good. Are you made of copper and beryllium? Because you're QT.
What is that?
CUTE. Those are two elements. Oh. Mario's red, Sonic is blue. Press start to join, and be my player too. Propose to someone with that one. Just get on one knee and have a little Sonic ring.
Fucking Sonic couple.
Oh, they exist.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Apparently girls don't like to get murdered. Step 2.
Who is this guy?
Each of a pair of Heelys. Girls love to see it.
Oh, it's a joke, Liam.
Damn you!
Damn it!
Is your name Google? Because you have everything I've been searching for. Do you like science? Because I've got my eye on you. Ion.
You like science? You like science? Because Dr. Fauci's a fucking fraud, and I fucking hate this country.
I hate this country and all it stands. No, but like that one's just like that's very fuck yeah science. It's just I've got my eye on you. It's like yeah. Ion. That is something science.
That is a science thing.
Where's the like button for that smile? You have nicer legs than an isosceles right triangle.
What?
Hey girl, how big are your feet? Wow, you have small feet.
Actually, that one's probably the best one that we've heard today. Because that's literally just like making a comment about the person's... And so saying that is putting them down and making them feel like they need to impress you.
That's not nagging. I don't think women want to hear that they have big feet.
It's nagging them on something where they're like, no, stop it. I don't have that small of feet. And then you can like have a little
What are you talking about, man? What are you talking about?
Are you autistic?
You must have been made by Intel, because that's hot.
Are you autistic? Because you're so hot, it's almost retarded.
What? Autistic people aren't retarded.
Yeah. Oh no. That pickup line would have been way better if they said, "Are you retarded? Because you're so hot, it's almost retarded." Giving away the goat immediately. That's a pretty good one.
Hey girl, are you a Nazi? Because I want a swastika ticket in you.
Hey, are you a video game? Because I think you're my destiny.
Fucking Tucker tier.
Tucker's been using that one for fucking years.
Are you a chemical? Because I want a romance.
Pick up lines for the brave.
That's how Davey got a fucking Audrey.
Are you a chemical?
Davey's
I want
like,
a romance.
You're my destiny. And she's like, oh my god, you really like destiny. So
let's see.
That means something.
Baby, if you were words on a page, then you'd be what they call fine print. My love for you is like diarrhea. I can't hold it in.
What is...
I'm done with these. If you guys
These are great. I'm done with the whole thing.
People got angry at this one.
Email us at brownbrickspodcast@gmail.com. That's brownbrickspodcast@gmail.com. Also, I'm wearing nothing but wool socks on my hands and stroking my disgusting cock as we speak.
Alright, thank you everybody. Bye.